Welcome to our second Life and Legacy celebration. Yay! Wait a minute. This is not my gold pom-pom. We can't start the program without my infamous gold pom-pom. One moment, please. That's more like it. Now, let's give a big shout out to our Broward Jewish community successful year.
Yay!
At the close of year 2, we have 547 legacy gifts intended for our community, representing over 42 million in future giving. This is really incredible, and we're all so proud of our accomplishments. This is a reason to celebrate.
Let's go!
These precious gifts will help secure our Jewish community for years to come. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. Now, last year, I received some feedback saying I spoke too slow and they thought that I was reading. Nonsense! Can you believe that? Anyway, let's see if this is any better. The Broward Jewish community,
along with 13 partner organizations, are in a 4-year partnership to create endowments for each institution. As part of the 7th cohort, we have just finished year 2 and are starting year 3.
well, was that better? So let's get down to business, and I will try my best. It was not so many years ago that we planted a seed. We knew that if we could grow endowments, our future generations would be secured. We are people who strive to remember how we got here, how we were helped when we arrived, and how we want to leave things when we are no longer here.
We moved to this community many years ago and did not know anyone. The Young Israel was there for us. The Young Israel offered us an opportunity to meet our friends, a place to daven, a place for our children to meet friends. It gave us a home.
And that's why we believe that everyone should leave a legacy, doesn't matter how small or how large, in their wills for the Young Israel of Hollywood. It's important so that future generations will have a base to work from.
So that our children, when they grow up, will know that there's a place for them that will stay in existence for continuity.
Thank you.
Life and Legacy is such an amazing program because it provides a guarantee that in 20 years from now, and 40 years from now, and 50 years from now, Lubavitch Hebrew Academy is going to be around, thriving, and offering a phenomenal Jewish education to my children and my grandchildren. So thank you to each and every person, myself included, who has stepped up to the plate and has signed a legacy gift. Thank you.
Light has been an important part of Jewish life. The candles of Shabbat, the Chanukiah, Havdalah, the candle we light to remember those who came before us and are no longer here with us, Yizkor. Each one of you has given us light, and thanks to that, today we see light in our children's eyes and in their smiles. You all bring your light every day, and this will continue from generation to generation. Ledor Vador.
There is a past in every portrait, and there is a truth in every tale, and all the days that came before us are as the wind upon our sails.
There is a forest in every father as he stands amidst the wild. There is a mountain in every mother, her sturdy force of heart and mind. Door by door, Nagi, God of love. When we look back to the days that have passed us, we hold on to the lights above. There is a dream.
There is a dream
In every daughter.
in every daughter.
There is a song.
There is a song in
Every song is all our
It's
tears
all our
are
tears
made of water.
made of water.
There is a home from which we come. The door of our door knocking. Good land. Light in us shines on and on. The door of our door knocking. Good land. Time may pass, but it's never gone. Time may pass, but it's never There is a mountain. There is a forest. There is a home. There is a story. There is a song.
Life and Legacy is a 4-year partnership program of the Harold Grinspoon Foundation, created to assist communities through partnerships with Jewish federations and foundations promoting afterlife giving to build endowments. This will sustain and create vibrant Jewish communities for the future. We often seek answers. What motivates people to create legacy?
Throughout history, anti-Semitism has waxed and waned, but it never goes away. I became a legacy donor of the Holocaust Documentation and Education Center because, as a grandmother, I felt a profound responsibility to expand the community's knowledge and understanding of the Holocaust, in memory of all who perished, and especially in order to help ensure the continued security and survival of the Jewish people. And my husband decided to do it too.
We are so pleased to announce and share the success of our 13 partner organizations. As a part of our 4-year partnership with the Grinspoon Foundation, we have received a grant which avails us the opportunity to give our local partners incentives to achieve goals. Many of you watching this celebration tonight may know that you helped a local organization receive incentive. We are truly grateful. Throughout the year, we ran contests to help motivate each organization. Your success is our success. Please join me in congratulating those organizations who achieved incentives this year.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach. B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra. V'yein nasa v'cheso kol. Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. Adon Olam, Asher Malach. B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra. V'yein nasa v'cheso kol. Azai Melech Shemo Nikra. V'yacharei kiflot hakol. Levado yimloch nora. V'hu haya v'hu hova. V'hu yeh b'tifara. V'hu echad v'yein sheni. Le'am shilo lahachbira. V'li reshit v'li tachlit. V'lo haoz v'hamizrach. Adon Olam, Asher Malach. B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra. Adon Olam, Asher Malach. 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 Adon Olam. Hu eli v'chai go ali v'tzorchev li v'yetzara. V'hu nifsi u'manosli v'nakosi v'yom ekra. V'yado v'kidruchi v'eiti shan v'ayira. V'imrechi geviyati adon leni v'lo yira.
When we were doing my mother's estate, we realized that she had donated a portion of her retirement funds to the temple and to other charities. They never had a lot of money, but they were always comfortable with what they had. In keeping with that tradition, Karen and I have decided that we are going to be also leaving some of our assets to Beth Emet and to the Federation and other charities in order that they may continue to exist and to thrive in the future long after we are gone. Our intent is to help do so by leaving some of our IRAs and 403Bs to these kind of institutions, again, to make sure that the Jewish community stays strong.
Our speaker tonight does not need an introduction. It is my pleasure to welcome Michael Belabin.
Hello. Thank you, Esther, for the warm introduction. Endowments, which in the past were considered a luxury, are now an essential element of any nonprofit's long-term financial stability and strategy. Philanthropic advisors state if 20% of your operating budget is not coming from your endowments by 2025, then your organization will be in fiscal crisis. As a result of our partnership in Life and Legacy, 547 individuals have committed over $42 million to benefit Broward County. In the end, this is all about planning for the future of your organization, so the more work we do now, the brighter that future will be. For many, the conversation of legacy can be challenging, both for the solicitor and those considering to make a legacy gift. These conversations often take place over multiple sessions. Today, I want to introduce a few exercises for you to use as part of your toolbox in working with prospects, as well as for those of you in the audience who have already made a commitment. At the root of these exercises are two concepts. The first is to practice listening more than talking. A good way to remember this is that God gives us 2 ears and 1 mouth. This should encourage us to listen twice as much as we speak. The second is to get you to go deeper with your prospects. Well, yes, we want you to get commitments, but at the heart of Life and Legacy is to plan for the future of the community. We want discussions to go deep and have people open up about what they really care about. This helps us to ensure their maximum engagement. Why do we do this? The deeper one gets into the conversation, the more they're willing to move forward with the legacy discussion. Both of these exercises will help you get there. The first exercise is brought to us by an organization known as 2164. It's about motivational values. As we've been speaking, I've been laying out a deck of cards. Each card has a motivational value on it. Values such as leadership, motivating others to work towards achieving a common purpose, belonging, feeling connected to and liked by others, or cards like obligation, committing to or fulfilling a duty or promise, and many, many more. For many of your prospects, this will be the first time that they've begun to think about why they give. I ask prospects to select 5 cards, and we simply talk about them. I ask leading questions. Do you remember the first gift you made? Who influenced your giving? What charities do you focus on and why? For you, as the solicitor, it starts to paint a picture into understanding what motivates them. I'd encourage you to visit the 2164 website and look over the shop feature on their site. And no, I don't have any connection or get profit. They just have been great in providing tools for us to use. And they have a whole variety of different sets of cards and pictures that you can utilize in the conversations. The second exercise is one that I call eulogy virtues. In the book, The Road to Character, New York Times columnist David Brooks distinguishes between what he calls resume virtues and the eulogy virtues. Now, resume virtues are the ones we write on our CV, our achievements, our qualifications, our skills. But it's the eulogy virtues that are the ones for which we will be remembered. What will be said about us after we're gone? Are we kind? Were we honest? Have we been faithful? Did I do enough? What are the ideals for which we live? How do we live them? And how do we act on them? These are not what we write on our resume, but they make all the difference to the quality of life and the impact we have on those around us. Brooks writes, "We live in a society that encourages us to think about how to have a great career, but leaves many of us inarticulate about how to cultivate the inner life." Maimonides spoke about wasting time on vain pursuits that neither profit nor save. Not that resume virtues aren't unimportant, but they're not all important. The relentless pressure on material success and material goods gives us all too little time and too little encouragement to develop the virtues of character that make all the difference in the quality of our relationships, our sense of a meaningful life, and the love we give and receive. It's hard to read Brooks's book without asking the question, did I do enough? And for many, next to family, the impact we make in the world through our philanthropy and our philanthropic engagement will perhaps be the most significant legacy that we leave. The approach I take after introducing the concept of eulogy virtues is to ask individuals to write out the second paragraph of their eulogy. Beyond the great husband, CPA, attorney, etc., what do they want said about the impact that they've had on those around them? What do they want to be remembered for? How can they make that lasting impact, that legacy to impact future generations? I tend to run both exercises, and after scheduling the second meeting as a follow-up, send them home to work on their paragraph. Now, I've run this exercise hundreds of times and always end up with a commitment. Why? Because it's no longer just about filling out the card. Over my career, I've had the opportunity to interview mega philanthropists who've contributed millions to charitable causes. When asked why they did it, this was their response. It brought meaning to my life. Giving made me happier than making it. I wanted to be remembered for how I helped rather than for what I made. Now, as individuals, it's unlikely that we can end global warming, stop the tragic violence plaguing our world, or bring peace to the Middle East. But we can develop the strength of character to leave a legacy that will make a difference not only in our own lives, but in the lives of those around us. I hope these tools are helpful. Now, thank you for indulging me, and to everyone who's already made your commitment, thank you so much for the legacy that you're leaving on behalf of the entire Broward community.
Well, Michael, to tell you you will be missed is an understatement. Thank you for sharing with us your vision, your thoughts and dreams, and the last several years. You will certainly be missed. We thank you for having the foresight to understanding how the Life and Legacy program will change and assure the future for our community. It is wonderful to have something to celebrate this year.
Why Life and Legacy? Well, even though I've been a longtime supporter of the J, it wasn't until I attended the Memphis Biennial a few years ago and got to hear this gentleman speak, Avraham Infeld, and was very inspired by his words that I truly understood the potential of a JCC, how it could serve as a place where divisions, divisiveness, denominations are left at the door, where Jews of all kinds can gather in sort of a neutral zone, or as he referred to it, a town square. Where do you go to Jew is how he phrased it. And that really stuck with me. And the potential, the not yet fully realized potential for the David Posnack JCC to serve as a safe place for Jews of all kinds in times that, let's face it, are rather difficult and not getting better anytime soon, really inspires me to want to remain active and to leave something behind to the best of my ability. So Life and Legacy is a tremendous opportunity for those of us who believe in the mission of the JCC or the Jewish organization of your personal choice to really ensure that our community, our people stay united in days far beyond our own.
My husband Jim and I are so excited to be a part of this Life and Legacy campaign. It's so important to us to live in a vibrant Jewish community and to be a part of it, and to make that possible for all of our children and grandchildren here in Broward County. But my favorite moment of the campaign was really when I was explaining to my 30-year-old son that his dad and I had become a part of it, and he said that he wanted to be a part of it as well. And that made Jim and I so happy because it showed us that all of the values we've been trying to teach our children really went through to them, and that they are going to inherit these values of a legacy gift that we feel are so important.
We are a multifaceted community, and while we certainly struggled this year, we came together and worked together as one. We supported each other and worked together to create life and legacy. We could not have reached such success without the Harold Grinspoon assistance of Dina Kaufman, our legacy community consultant, Arlene Schiff, the National Director of Life and Legacy, Judy Levinson, Director of Life and Legacy for Broward County, and Keith Goldman, Chief Philanthropy Officer at the Broward Jewish Federation.
"30 years ago, my family and I immigrated to America from Russia. As a child at 9 years old, I learned quickly what it meant to be Jewish in a country that was very anti-Semitic. And so when we arrived to America, a place where we knew nothing about and knew no one, it was so important to us to live in a vibrant Jewish community, a community where we were able to flourish, a community where we were able to practice Judaism, a community that helped us, fed us, clothed us, and educated. Today, my husband and I are proud to leave a legacy gift to the Jewish Federation of Broward County, so that generations to come can continue to experience vibrancy as we once did, and continue to do with our children.
Like most programs, we try to find a way to close. You know, something meaningful that we all will remember. We search high and low just for the right poem, story, or song. We couldn't find one with that special message to convey our sincere thanks for being a part of Life and Legacy. So we wrote one just for you. Please sit back and enjoy our special gift to all of you.
Our world here today sometimes can be tough.
But there's a light ahead when we're together as one.
With the candles that we light, every day we can see the joy of our children, how proud we should be.
Planting a seed, watching it grow. Who knows what tomorrow will hold? Together we build as we all can see. The world will be a better place for you and for me. So let's share today and for many years. We'll stay together with joy and with tears, assuring the future how bright it will be. The door by door for you and for me. We're building tomorrow for you and for me.
We'll reach our goal with the kindness within our souls.
We know that from the start, Yad V'Yanim from our hearts. Our roots are so strong, all of us belong.
Our flowers will bloom, we're blessed to have you.
Planting a seed, watching it grow. Who knows what tomorrow will hold? Together we build as we all can see. The world will be a better place for you and for me. So let's share today and for many years. We'll stay together with joy and with tears, assuring the future how bright it will be. The door by door for you and for me. We're building tomorrow for you and for me.
We take our dreams and make them come true.
Just like the ones before us, that's what we do.
Nothing is hard when we work together.
We'll keep tradition alive forever.
Forever, forever. Planting a seed, watching it grow. Who knows what tomorrow will hold? Together we build as we all can see. The world will be a better place for you and for me. So let's share today and for many years. We'll stay together with joy and with tears, assuring the future how bright it will be. The door by door for you and for me. We're building tomorrow for you and for me. We're building our tomorrow for you and for me. We're building our tomorrow. This is our life and legacy.
Thanks again for joining the Broward Life and Legacy celebration. Tonight was dedicated to you. Have a great evening. Shalom.